Coming to you live.
Welcome back to News and Views here with Nafisa Dango. And it's been a very exciting morning. The time is now 9:24, and we're going to cross over to Hoërskool president with Dudu Kapu, and she's going to be giving us a little bit of the vibe of the Matric results that came out today after a very challenging 2020 with COVID-19 and the online learning and all the other challenges that these students actually came across. But it seems to be a very exciting vibe out there. So let's get into and have a chat with her. Hi, a very good morning to you, Dudu. Thank you so much for joining us here on the News and Views show. And give us a bit of a vibe there at President Hoërskool on Ridgeway. Yeah, how has it been? I can't hear you, Dudu. There doesn't seem to be much sound there. I hear you talking, but I'm not getting the sound out of you. I'm trying to get into the vibe of things over there. Right now, I can hear you. I'm actually excited now to get into the story with you. Let's do that take again. Tell us about the vibe out there at Hoërskool President in Ridgeway.
So here I am at the Hoërskool President High School here at Robertsham, and the students, the matric learners rather from 2020, are very excited to receive their results after a long and basically terrifying year with the global pandemic disrupting the educational system. Alhamdulillah, they've gotten their results. They seem very excited. Most of them have passed, and they can't even wait to celebrate with their families when they get home.
I so agree with you because it's, as you say, it's been a very challenging, difficult year, especially with COVID-19, and having to try to learn online without your actual teacher in front of you has, I think, made major challenges and constraints for these people. But irrespective of all of that had taken place, there are still some good news happening out there. So paint us a picture of the students behind you and what their take is with regard to the particular year that they went through.
So basically, I'm standing here with one of the 2020 matric, and I'm going to ask them a few questions about how they had to go through last year with the online learning. Hello, how are you, and what's your name?
My name is Lisedi Sibanda.
Okay, Lisedi, last year has been very hectic. I know you as a matric pupil last year would have felt very terrified and worried about your education depending on online. So how would you say has it been learning from your normal traditional teacher in front of you to adapting to online?
Yeah. Interpersonal communication is one of the best things you can ever come upon. So it was, going to online and Zoom classes. It was really hard for us. Some of us couldn't cope. Some learners couldn't even afford the data. To be on Zoom classes. Some learners failed not because they couldn't, but they didn't have enough resources for it. So I was like, so that's why it was a horrifying experience.
But now receiving your results, how do you feel?
I feel proud of myself. I know I've made my parents proud also. So that's the best experience ever.
That is so, as you can hear from Lisedi, who said that he found it hard during the whole adapting to the online learning. And I'm here also with another student called Alia, who's going to be joining us to actually tell us more about how she feels about getting her results. Hello, Alia, how are you?
Thank you as well.
So you got your results recently. How do you feel about them?
I'm actually quite happy about how my results came out. Like I expected much worse. Like I'm really yeah.
So why did you expect worse actually?
Because they were lowering marks and like the media like stresses you out with what they're saying about the marks. So
So basically, it's upon us to actually give positivity in order for you to guys to
yes,
receive that.
yes, like because that brought a lot of stress for me yesterday. Just looking at all the updates and stuff, like it really stressed me out.
But as you can see from all the students here and your friends, and I've seen you guys sit there and talk, you seem very excited. Do you feel like you guys have worked hard and throughout the pandemic, has it been any easier?
No, I feel like it depends on you as a person. Like if you don't have the self motivation, if you're not gonna force yourself to work hard and to work for what you want, then you aren't going to make it.
And that is Alia who mentioned that working hard and believing in yourself is the only key to actually succeeding in anything. And I mean, for her as a student, learner that had to go through learning through the pandemic, those words should be something that this year's generation will take as a lesson and also as an encouragement for the 2021 rather matrics that are going to be starting this year.
That is so true, Dudu. It's such a nice vibe there, seeing those students in the background actually celebrating their achievements. And I think we're so proud of them because it has been an extremely challenging year for all these students, especially with having to try to learn online and not have that full scale, one-on-one with the teacher as such. So I think we need to commend all of them for their achievements. A really nice vibe out there. I think most parents are probably relieved that all of this is out, and I'm still sure the students are ready to get into gear for the rest of their lives. But you know what? We want to congratulate every single one of them. It has been a very, should we say, amazing achievement irrespective of the challenges that we faced during the course of this year.
Yes, it has been, and I'm very proud of them. And heads up to all of the matrics in South Africa that have really worked hard throughout the pandemic. It hasn't been easy. Some of us have never experienced such a disruption to our education. We had the best educational system throughout the past, but this year we see stronger leaders for tomorrow who were never, shaken by this pandemic, but rather worked hard and put their minds on stage to what they want. And today we're talking about the heroes that will encourage and motivate the generation to come, even throughout this pandemic.
Now that you're saying that, Dudu, we'd also like to commend all the teachers out there that have created a support structure to be able to help these students through this very difficult time. And I think they've gone the extra mile. So a very hearty congratulations to students and teachers. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll chat to you later.
Thank you very much for having me.
And giving us a whole take on the situation at the Ridgeway school there. Definitely a very good vibe. Congratulations to all the matrics. We're going to go for a quick break. We'll be back with you in a moment.